Talk Radio.
On the way, of course, it's going to happen this weekend, but the big day is Monday, Halloween. And as I mentioned earlier on, today is Pumpkin Day, so it's appropriate that we're talking now to Tessa Tricks. A treat to talk to Tessa Tricks. I bet she's heard that before. Creative partner at an organisation called Hubbub, because, as I was saying to Rachel Jewell, 15 million pumpkins were carved but not eaten last year at Halloween. That's enough if they're edible type of pumpkins to give a bowl of pumpkin soup to everybody in the UK. Good morning, Tessa.
Good morning, Paul. Thank you for having me.
So something like 7 out of 10 pumpkins we carve, we don't use the insides.
Exactly, yeah. About 2/3 of family in the UK bought pumpkins last year, and about half of people didn't really think of them as something that you could eat.
And yet we've seen on the shelves pumpkin soup, spiced pumpkin in packets, pumpkin with squash and stuff. So this is part, I suppose, of the overall food waste problem we have in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. It is part of a wider food waste problem in the UK. 7 million tonnes of food waste wasted each year, and about half of that actually comes from our homes. And the scary fact is that half of that is avoidable. So we're running the Pumpkin Rescue campaign, which uses the pumpkin as kind of a hook to talk about food waste year round, but also really encourages people to eat their pumpkins because they're delicious.
So it's hashtag Pumpkin Rescue. You've got together with Unilever on this one. Do you give people advice then on how to cook and what to do with the innards of their pumpkin?
Yeah, absolutely. It's advice on which bits of the pumpkin you can eat, which is pretty much all of it. Some fantastic recipes from some top chefs. So we've got the basics like pumpkin soup, but then also some lovely pumpkin curries, cheesecakes, all kinds of different things that you never knew you could do with a pumpkin, through to pumpkin mulled wine, which is a great one for Halloween.
Did you know that the largest pumpkin pie Tessa Tricks ever baked was back in 2005 and it weighed 2,020 pounds?
Jesus.
There's no need to blaspheme. Thank you very much for joining us. Tessa Tricks there, creative partner at Hubbub, talking about that big new survey. Yes, today is Pumpkin Day. Here are 10 things you never knew about the pea vegetable.
5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one said, "Oh my, it's getting late."
In fact, they're a squash, aren't they? Here it comes, 10 things you never knew about pumpkins on Talk Radio. In the 16th and early 17th centuries, a pumpkin was called a pompon or a pompion. The word pumpkin was first recorded in use in England in 1647. Halloween pumpkin carving stems from an old Celtic tradition of turnip carving to ward off them evil spirits. As I was saying to Tessa Tricks, the largest pumpkin pie weighed in at 2,020 pounds, yum yum, and the only Oscar nomination for a film with pumpkin in its title was for Anne Bancroft, married to Mel Brooks, of course, Best Actress in The Pumpkin Eater back in 1964. The world record for pumpkin pie eating is a £20 13-ounce pie in 8 minutes. What a greedy boy. Set by Matt Stoney this year at the Elk Grove Giant Pumpkin Festival. The largest pumpkin pie ever baked, though, was that biggie, the one that he ate, £20 worth of pumpkin pie. What a greedy, greedy boy. Here comes some more for you. There's only one Shakespeare play. In fact, there are 2. Now, my memory serves. 2 Shakespeare plays contain mentions of pumpkins. Love's Labour Lost and The Merry Wives of Windsor. The world's heaviest pumpkin was grown by Tim Matheson in the US, and it weighed 1 pumpkin. What do you reckon? More than that. 2,032 pounds. Moulton produces 85% of the world's tin pumpkin. That's a town in the USA. And the world record distance a pumpkin has been shot from a pneumatic cannon is 5,045 feet, 5 inches. Happy Pumpkin Day.